So I'm out here at Salvation Army, and I usually don't buy clothes at Salvation Army because they're a little expensive, but today I actually found some things, so I'm going to show you those. So the first thing I found is this Peter Millar shirt, dress shirt. These can be sold for pretty good, and I'll look them up in more in depth and tell you guys how much they go for when I get home. It looks like it's $7.99 though. And then we have this Carhartt 3XL, bigger is always better on shirts. It's a relaxed fit, kind of like a pearl snap, like a Wrangler. Carhartt's actually not as valuable as it used to be, but this shirt I think I can get about 30 bucks, and I think it's $7.99. So not much money, but hey, it's a slow shopping day, so we'll take anything we can get. All right, so we're back at home, and I got a couple more items from Salvation Army, and I was kind of looking around, and I was trying to think of something that people don't normally go after. So I know silver and the gold prices are pretty high right now. So I went ahead and looked at the silverware that they had, and I was trying to look for silver. I didn't find any silver flatware, but I did end up finding Onita. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a decent brand of silver. So yeah, so I found some Onita branded flatware, and it's sold for decent. I was seeing, depending on like the style of it, but the prices were fairly decent. They had them in bundles of like 5 or 6, and it was $2.99. And they actually had a sale on the white tag, so about half I got for $1.99, and the other half I got for $2.99. And the Salvation lady actually was really nice and hooked me up because a lot of them I had to pull out of the bundles because they just kind of bundle them randomly. So I was pulling out what I wanted. So when I got to the counter, I'm like, hey, I have some singles and whatever. And she's like, okay, I'll just group them up. And another lady came up and said, oh, yeah, we'll just do these. They did like 3 or 4 bundles, 5 or 6. And then she said, all the rest are just one bundle. So I ended up spending $22.40, and I got about 40 pieces of silverware. Just kind of show you what they got here. I already kind of got some all bundled up, but I went ahead and listed them, group of 6. And you try to show you here if you can see with the light, see Onita and just some different ones. This one was pretty cool. This is a Mark Crest USA. It's a tea stirring spoon, so pretty cool. So here's kind of my collection. I went ahead and cleaned them all as best I could. I mean, they weren't really dirty, but I just kind of wiped them down. But this is all the different ones I got. Most of them are Juanita. I went ahead and grouped them together, the ones that are similar. I feel like these will be a decent seller in these as well. The other ones are kind of just standard, but yeah, just something different to look out for. You never really know what is going to be popular, so it's always good to just kind of expand your horizons, learn about a different thing that you didn't know about, a different category. That's what I did today, and I'll let you guys know how it sells. I'm hoping that I each one of them, basically I spent about 50 cents per piece. So if I can sell them, for $5 to $10 a piece, like I think this grouping of knives I have listed for $35 plus shipping. So if I sell that, I'll pretty much get all my money back after fees and shipping. So yeah, just a little thing. Earlier I showed you guys the silverware that we got. We'll see how it does. Definitely something new to try out, but we'll see how we did on that. But I wanted to go ahead and show you the other 2 items that we picked up. The Peter Millar shirt that you saw in the video. After looking at it more closely when I got home, I noticed that it does have the stitching already on it for copperheads for golf. I've sold shirts before with that, like an emblem on them before. Definitely hurts the value because obviously this is kind of a specific thing, but it's still a really nice shirt. It's got the chevron pattern. I would wear it myself, honestly. It's a size large, made in Turkey. Price comps, I would say for this one, because of having that, I would say I'm gonna list that for $30. Free shipping, and we paid $7.99 for it. So after everything's said and done, probably make around 20. So I found this Carhartt shirt, plaid flannel shirt. It's a 3XL, which I always say the bigger the size, the better, because it's harder to find bigger clothes. And typically, most Americans, we wear bigger sizes, so you can sell it a little easier. It's in really good shape. I found a few, same thing, pretty much comping is $30. The thing with used clothing, this is one of the things why I kind of stay away from it. It's hard to find them cheap unless you're going to garage sales. And even garage sales, I went to a couple of garage sales this past weekend, and people were asking like $2 a shirt, which is definitely cheaper than $7.99. But obviously, the quality that you're going to find is a lot lower. You're going to have to use a lot of gas going around to different garage sales, and with gas almost $4 or $5 a gallon, definitely not cheap. I do want to start doing some more content like I did with the Salvation Army video, kind of just showing you a little bit of what I'm doing. I don't think it's necessary to show you me walking through the entire store. I'm not yet fully comfortable doing that as well. I don't want to get kicked out or anything, but maybe bringing you along for garage sales. It's just really hard to comp and record because I use my phone to record. Definitely hard for that to be able to happen at the garage sales, to be able to film and look up. I've been trying not to comp. Only the garage sale that I actually found anything at. I didn't look up the sets. He had a whole bunch of tools for sale, so I was like, oh, I know there's money in tools. And so I was like, there's a lot of different things here. He was telling me how he has a storage unit of a whole bunch of stuff. And I went and I saw that he had a whole bunch of these wrenches. These are Stanley branded wrenches, which I know Stanley is a decent brand. But unfortunately, due to my lack of knowledge on them, I went ahead and I grabbed them. He had them for $2 a piece, and I did try to talk him down, but he was pretty firm on them. He was an older guy, so he was not wanting to part with them. 6 metric and 6 imperial measurement for the socket wrenches, the combination. For $2, so I ended up spending $30 on $2 a piece. So for $30, I got 15 wrenches. Looking at them, they don't seem to be worth as much as I was hoping. I think I'll definitely make my money back, but I'm gonna have to do some more research. Let me guys know if you guys know how much these are worth, these Stanley wrenches. Next time I go to a garage sale, I will definitely bring you guys along. I've just been falling out of love with garage sales, honestly. I think if it was my full-time job as a reseller, I would enjoy it more. But for me, it's traveling to the different places, which I mean, I stay in my town. So, I'm not driving more than 20 minutes from my house, but just having to go to these different places, getting let down, finding nothing, when I can just go to a thrift store, buy a storage unit, or look on Whatnot, which obviously Whatnot takes some time too. The guy I usually watch, his shows run about 2 or 3 hours. So you are spending 2 or 3 hours just watching something, but it's a lot easier to comp. It's a lot less stress-free. I don't have to be watching the entire time, whereas garage sales, you're spending half your day driving around to different garage sales, and usually you're not finding much. I don't know. Maybe it's just my area, but the prices of things have gone up significantly at the garage sales that I've been to. I just had a garage sale recently, and everything I sell is $1. I won't take less than $1, but nothing's really more than $1, unless it's actually something that's maybe worth $50 or $100. I'll have it for $5 or $10. But yeah, I went to one garage sale, and the lady it was a multi-family, she called it, garage sale, and there was just, everything was expensive. I went ahead and asked her, I was kind of testing her. She had a whole bunch of kids books, because of course nothing's priced, which is a big red flag for me, that if nothing's priced, I don't want to ask every single item, what is this? How much is this? How much is this? But I went ahead and asked her, hey, how much are these kids' books? Are they all the same price, or are they different prices? And as soon as she said they're all different prices, I knew right away that this garage sale wasn't for me. And then she proceeded to say they're $1 each, but some of them are more. And she's like, some of them are have the buttons that you push. They're like little kids' books that you can push the button and it makes noises or whatever. And I'm like, $1 for a kid's book? That's kind of crazy to me. I think books should be like 25 cents. 50 cents, or maybe $1 for 4, something like that. But yeah, so stay away from that kind of a garage sale. So go ahead and move on to what sold. We just had 2 items sell. I had this pair of Hollister jeans. This came from the storage unit. Sold these for $19 free shipping. And like I said, we're already in the green for the storage unit, so this is pure profit. Probably make about $10 after shipping, 15 gravy bowl. This is a really cool piece that I found. I think I got this on Whatnot. I got it before Thanksgiving, so I thought it would sell for Thanksgiving because it's so unique there with that pattern. It's made in USA. Oh, upside down, made in USA, and it is Paulcraft by Eva Zacel. Made in USA. So really nice vintage piece. I had it originally for $45, I believe, and I dropped the price to $30 recently. I got an offer for $27 and I declined it, and that person ended up buying it for the full price for $30. I felt like since it's so fragile, I don't want to spend time shipping it. It's free shipping, $30, so I felt like that was a decent enough deal already. So those two items sold, and then I sold a Blastoise card, which I already mailed, but I'll put it over here in the corner. I sold that for $37. It was graded. Had it listed for $40, and sold a trackpad for an Apple computer that I also already shipped today, and I'll put that one over here. I think it was $10 free shipping. It was just a part of a laptop that I took apart. But that is pretty much going to do it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Florida Flipper, out.
Thank you for watching Mr. Florida Flipper. See you next